The words I woke up to this morning were light a candle. Light a candle? What does that mean? And I thought about it. We're actually between candles. Hi. This is Men's Morning Light. I'm Trapper Jack. Great to have you here. What are the candles? It doesn't matter when you're watching this, but it kind of does because last Saturday was the Easter Vigil, Holy Saturday. This coming Saturday is Holy Saturday Orthodox, all right? But last Saturday, I sponsored Carolyn, a friend of mine, into the church. It was an incredible Easter Vigil. It was wonderful. Lighting a candle, that's what we did. The church was darkened, of course, at the Vigil Mass. And then here comes the Easter candle and all those candles. It's gorgeous how that just takes over the church, right? Those candles. But that's a reenactment. What we were experiencing was a reenactment of what's going to be happening this Saturday at the tomb of Christ, the miracle of the Holy Fire, which has been going on since the early church, where at the tomb of Christ, fire comes out of the stone where Jesus was laid. It's been happening every year since the church began. As the Orthodox, the Greek patriarch comes out of the tomb, God has lit his candles, if you will, with that fire inside the tomb, and then he begins to spread it out. And it goes, of course, to Greek Orthodox churches all over the world. Incredible moment it is, you know. What's in today's Mass readings? In the Psalm, it says, proclaim his wondrous deeds. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to proclaim his wondrous deeds. But also in the Gospel today, the road to I can't remember the road to Emmaus. That's where I almost said some other town. I don't know where I was going. Anyway, it's the road to Emmaus, right? And Jesus has those two disciples, and they can't recognize him. And he comes out. What's your problem, guys? You're looking downcast. And well, didn't you hear? They killed Jesus. And then he says to them, he calls them foolish. He says, you're foolish and slow of heart. Weren't you listening back there to all those people proclaiming the wondrous deed of a resurrection? Didn't you listen to all those people that were telling? Yeah, but we can't believe that. Don't you understand? Oh, you foolish, slow of heart. That something incredible just happened, and he kind of had to explain it to him, right? He explained it to him. Okay, have you ever heard of a Thomas Jefferson Bible? Thomas Jefferson did something interesting. You know, he gets his little skizzers out, and he cuts up the Bible, and in the New Testament part, he took out all the miracles. He just put in what Jesus said, that kind of thing, but not the miracles. He took out all the divinity of Jesus. When the Superman comic books came in, he was a big fan of Clark Kent. I forget the flying part. You know, and I'm wondering here, is that kind of what we're doing? Are we missing the signs? We're looking at the reenactment going, that's really exciting, but missing what's going to be happening this Saturday and what happens every Holy Saturday, Orthodox Easter. Why? Why are we doing that? Well, we're kind of pulling our own Thomas Jefferson. This is important for a church that was built on the miraculous. I mentioned we have three miracles, big miracles happening this weekend. Of course, this weekend, is the Eucharist too. Bread becomes Jesus, right? Okay, you got that one. But then the other one that's happening on Sunday is Divine Mercy Sunday. Oh my gosh. This is phenomenal, what happens on Sunday. Do you know what happens on Sunday, on Divine Mercy Sunday? You are given the option, if you want, of getting a factory reset of your soul. Your soul returned to its pristine shape, not since you were baptized has your soul been this pure. By doing what? Going to confession sometime over the previous 20 days, and by going to Mass, and by receiving the Eucharist, and stating, I'm changing. I'm turning more towards you, Jesus. I'm coming to Mass every Sunday. I'm in all the way in. And then all you have to do is say, I believe you, Jesus. What you said in paragraph 699 in Faustina's diary, that part about you forgiving all sins and taking away all punishment of purgatory. Jesus said that. Just by confession and going to Mass, Eucharist, changing your ways, committing to that change, and saying, I believe what you said to St. Faustina, and I ask for that grace. I ask for that blessing, and I believe you're going to give it to me, Jesus. You do that on Sunday, purgatory's taken away. I don't know how long you're going to be there. I don't know how long I'm going to be there. Chances are that's where most of us go, according to Marian apparitions. That's what Mary says. Most people go there first. You get to heaven, but that could be, I don't know, whether that's an hour, 5 years, 10 years, 100 years. You bypass all of it. You know, in the gospel where Jesus says you'll be taken before the judge, and he will turn you over to the guard, and he will throw you into jail until you have paid every last penny, and then you'll be let out. That part, that's not heaven. That's not hell. That's purgatory. That gets wiped away on Divine Mercy Sunday. Tell you something, I've been to a lot of Divine Mercy Sunday Masses. I've been to a lot of Divine Mercy services, and I've never heard that spoken. It's Catholic teaching, but I've never heard it said. What percentage of Catholics, of Christians, do you think know that that is Catholic teaching, that purgatory gets taken away? A pastor once told me, people don't understand purgatory. I wonder why. This is kind of important. Again, right? This is part of the miraculous, part of what the church was built on. This is Jesus being Jesus. Incredible mercy. Proclaim his wondrous deeds. Or are we foolish and slow of heart? I'll tell you something else, too, just my own life. I've been preaching this forever, seems like, about whether it's the Holy Fire or Eucharistic miracles or Lady of Guadalupe and the science within it or the Shroud of Turin or whatever, to the point where it's not all that exciting to me anymore. It's really not. I mean, this is what woke me up. That's the beautiful, beautiful part of miracles. Miracles wake us up. Whoa, But then, my favorite part of my day now is just grabbing my mug of coffee, going downstairs, sitting on the sofa, and spending a couple hours with Jesus. Reading whatever the readings are, maybe listening to a podcast, maybe just sitting there in silence for a while, praying a rosary, whatever. And just that's my favorite part with Jesus. It's no longer reading the latest science on the blood DNA of a Eucharistic miracle. You know what I mean? It's like now it's all about the relationship. But I don't think I'm alone when I say what woke me up and brought me back after 30 years away was, what was that? I still remember when a friend told me, do you know what happens at the tomb of Christ, this miracle of the Holy Fire? And he told me, I went, wait, what happens? Yeah, he goes in there and this fire comes out when he says the prayers. And he comes out with the candles, 33 in each hand, and he starts spreading it around. But it also has a life of its own, and it doesn't burn for several minutes. And I'm going, really? Every year this happens? Why don't we know this? Right? That's what woke me up. Whoa, this is cool, So that's what woke me up. But now it's the relationship. But I love proclaiming his wondrous deeds. And why are we settling for Thomas Jefferson's version? So this weekend, we have the Orthodox Easter weekend. We have Holy Saturday. We have that burning that miracle of the light or miracle of the Holy Fire. We have that, and then Sunday we have this incredible mercy. Because again, the church was built on the miraculous, right? And we are to proclaim his wondrous deeds, to wake everybody up. So when it's kind of dawning on me now, we're all kind of going, how did 70% of Catholics now no longer believe that bread becomes Jesus when it used to be 100% believed? Because we've been trained. Well trained. This is the fruit of training that nothing's going on. Nothing's going on out there. Go back to your homes. You know what I mean? We've been trained. Why would we believe that bread becomes Jesus? What are you basing that on? Miracles happened a long time ago, not now. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying here? However, when I was thinking about this, those words I got this morning, and this is not a complaint department. This is the wonder of God. This is just proclaiming. I used to be part of the foolish and slow of heart, and now I like proclaiming his wondrous deeds. But this morning when I was thinking about those words, light a candle. And there's two ways of lighting a candle. Either I have my own candle and I light a candle, or I have my candle already lit and I share it with you. I light your candle. And that's what I did Saturday for my friend Carolyn. My candle went into the Easter candle and then it lit her candle. And maybe someone's watching right now who doesn't know any of this stuff. So I'm lighting your candle. And you're supposed to be lighting other people's candles about these wondrous deeds that God is doing. But I also got this morning is the fact that we're not just lighting candles. I think God's lighting a fuse, because this just can't stay silent forever, and to trust God in this, trust God. Someday this fuse is going to be lit to the point where there is an illumination of candles and an illumination of conscience is what it's called, in which all of us drop to our knees and realize all of our sins and all of our sins pass before our eyes, and that he forgives us for those sins when we ask him to. It's going to be a great weekend. There's 3 miracles, 3 great miracles. There's the Eucharistic miracle, happens all the time, every Mass. And then there was going to be Saturday and that miracle of the holy fire. And I just a little sidebar too. A couple of years back, I thought when COVID hit, and I was so prideful. I just knew what God was going to do because, the church closed its doors and we called our Eucharist non-essential. We closed our doors. And I went, God's going to get so upset. That miracle of the holy fire isn't going to happen. And I said it out loud. Here's what's going to happen. And of course, the miracle of the holy fire happened because that's God's mercy. Always showing us his miraculous signs because the church was built on the miraculous. That's going to happen again on Saturday. And if you're watching this down the road, there'll be another Holy Saturday. It's going to happen again. And there'll be another Sunday, Divine Mercy Sunday, when once again he offers to us a clean slate, a purified soul. He's taking purgatory away. Boy, there's a candle I want to give to you. I want to light that candle so you understand it, so you can spread that to others. And thank God for Father Chris Alar. I'm telling you, his following is exploding because this great Marian priest, and of course this Divine Mercy Shrine in Massachusetts that people are by the throngs are coming to because it's alive, and he's spreading the word about this. Go on YouTube. We'll put a link in as well into the show notes and into the YouTube video because you have to see this. You have to understand what Divine Mercy Sunday is all about. But thank God for him. He's spreading the word as other fine priests are. So there you go. Okay, so have a great week and great weekend, knowing that the church was built on the miraculous. And it's still happening today. Proclaim his wondrous deeds. See you next week on Men's Morning Light.